What's a real smartwatch like? Well, like this. Instead of pointing to the usual product, I'll just tell you a story about this watch. So, no specifications today. Read the article I wrote on YouTube. The usual place under the video, there will be the link. Okay, so Zeblaze or Zeblaze is not a newcomer, at least in China, by measure, because obviously it's not a Rolex or an Omega boasting company. They do have a few years of experience in smartwatches. The Thor Ultra piece is their current top model. This can be noticed in several things. First, in the packaging, which really turned out to be very beautiful. The graphics on the box, the thickness and quality of the cardboard, all say that this is going to be a really cool watch. The feeling changes when you take off the cover because the gear looks really good. And I think it's hard to deny that. There's not much in terms of accessories, just a manual and a charging cable. Let's check out the watch. Large dial, steel frame, plastic watch case and ceramic back. In other words, it's a mixed bag with a little bit of everything from steel to ceramic, which definitely inspires confidence. And I don't think you'll find anything to complain about with the plastic case. It has great grip, excellent material. Really, everything is just fine as it is. So the Zeblaze Thor Ultra looks really good. But what's even more important is that it's comfortable. I have gotten used to these Android watches being battery giants. They don't fit under a shirt sleeve and are almost only comfortable in short-sleeved shirts. At least for the most part, the Zeblaze Thor Ultra is the most delicate, thinnest Android watch I've encountered. The straps are properly snapped off, bending downwards on both sides of the wrist, not looking bulky, even on my relatively thin wrist. I can already give a big red star to the engineers, because they managed to squeeze this phone into a very small space. Oh yes, that was absolutely not a slip of the tongue, as the Zeblaze Thor Ultra is much more a phone than, at least as far as hardware goes, an hour. The main difference between the phone and the watch is the display size and shape. Inside, we pretty much get everything we would from a phone. Well, okay, it doesn't have a camera, no rear camera at all, which would be a bit strange anyway, but it even surpasses a phone in that it has blood oxygen level measurement and heart monitoring, with heart rate measurement. Well, these aren't usually found in a phone, so let's say it's a tie. Let's turn to that question. What makes the Thor watch a real smartwatch? The answer is very simple, because we do not need to pair it with a smartphone to utilize its capabilities. These days, we call everything with a watch shape a smartwatch. Whether it's round or square, most of these products can do more than an average fitness tracker, activity tracker, or in a more Hungarian way, smart brace yourself. Manufacturers have realized that thin, small-screen devices, that is, traditional smart bracelets, will only be desirable for a narrow segment, such as those who they are used for sports features. Of course, because of this, we can't just say the manufacturers are deceiving us, since the knowledge of trackers has skyrocketed in recent years. These devices can do almost everything that a real smart one could do 2 to 3, 4 years ago. So, activity trackers can't quite catch up to traditional smartwatches in one very, very important aspect. You still need a smartphone to use all its features. The Zeblaze Thor Ultra, however, is a real smartwatch that doesn't require a phone, capable of performing all functions independently. As I mentioned, it got an Android system, there's a GPS module, Bluetooth module, it has Wi-Fi, and we can even put a SIM card in it for 4G mobile internet. There's not much difference in the range of applications. Google apps like Maps work on it too. You can install messaging apps. We can install streaming apps on it. You can install Spotify, Amazon Prime, and of course you can watch YouTube videos too. Because of the SIM card, we can use it as a phone, send messages through it. Although it's not specifically a sports watch, it does have a step counter and calorie counter. It's reachable. Or in other words, it's not an exaggeration to say that this is a true smartwatch. Of course, this means nothing. The proof of the pudding is in the eating. The wise ones owned, and that if we carry it, as I said, there's no problem with comfort. The strap isn't too soft, but that doesn't cause any discomfort in this case. The apps installed on the watch are good. I've encountered Chinese characters in only one place, otherwise the interface is entirely in Hungarian. Essentially, you can download every app from the Play Store, but unfortunately, not all of them will be usable. There's a very simple reason why the display is round. So that when the button ends up on any corner of the screen remains round. You can click. I said you could install chat apps, for instance, not Viber exactly, but even Facebook. Like I said, you can watch movies on Amazon Prime. You can look. So all in all, the big problem doesn't exist. But which app you'll be able to run, or which one you'll be able to use, will really only become clear once you've installed it. And you find out it doesn't work. What really hits the spot is the display. The AMOLED panel is large, the resolution is good, and the 1000 nits of brightness are really smashing. The available watch faces are very beautiful, but if what's there isn't enough, you can download hundreds more. About the net, so you can pick from orbit to mouth. There are digital pointers among these. There's a mix of these, plus a whole bunch of various pictures, flowers, and to visit with others. So you definitely won't be lacking when it comes to watch faces. First and foremost, you need to know that you cannot use this watch like a smart bracelet. In other words, you don't need to pair it with your smartphone, nor do you need to... You can also pair it with your smartphone, as both are fully functional. This also means you won't be able to check the time on your phone, explaining why you haven't been able to since. For example, the heart rate, the oxygen level in the blood, the number of steps taken, and similar things. So the point is, you have to use it in a completely different way than a smart bracelet. It's very important and very good that it has USB. Of course, you might say, because it has a magnet and charger, but this is not obvious, as data management through this USB is also possible, meaning with the Thor Ultra, you have the option to connect this charging cable to the computer. And you can copy files to the watch via USB back here. So you can put your favorite music, videos, pictures, and my videos elsewhere, whatever you want. But besides, there's also the usual data sharing and synchronization through Google services. So we're all set with every kind of peanut. I recommend the iBlaster Ultra to those who want more than just a simple smart bracelet. For those who want to stay connected even without their phones. Phone services for those who want to fully customize their watch's capabilities. In a word, for those who expect a smartwatch to be truly smart. That's all for today. See you next week. Be good. Bye. Oh, and of course, shopping and coupons under the video. Hi there.